Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about the Blackmagic PYXIS Monitor. I've actually had this monitor for a few weeks. It's finally out, finally came. I bought it instantly, the millisecond I got the notification from B&H that it was available and had it shipped here. It actually took a little longer than it should have. I guess it was just, don't know what was going on with UPS, but fact of the matter is that it's here, and I just want to go over what I do and do not like about this monitor and if I should recommend it for the Blackmagic PYXIS. And before we get into this video, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe to keep up with what's happening on this channel. So to start off, this monitor actually rounds out this camera really well. I love it so far. Basically, it just feels like an essential add-on to this camera. It has a very nice and solid build quality and feels in line of what you would get with the monitor that comes with a camera such as the Sony FX6 or the Canon C Cinema line of cameras. So I actually ended up buying the baseline model of the PYXIS monitor because I didn't need or really desired any of the other accessories, as I'm just using my small rig hawk lock system that I actually really enjoy. It's a nice articulating arm, so I can position this monitor kind of anywhere and anyhow I want on my PYXIS, which is really nice. And then it comes with this really solid built-in hood that doubles as a protective screen when you're packing the monitor away. Outside of the USB-C input on this monitor, that's all that it requires. It doesn't require any additional batteries, which is very nice, so it keeps the weight off. And no, it's not going to work across any of the other Blackmagic cameras. So to expand just a little bit more on the build quality, I actually really enjoy the weight of this 5-inch monitor. It's very lightweight and really adds nothing to the camera. In comparison to my 7-inch Hollyland monitor, or really any other 7-inch monitor that I would usually be using on this system, it's much better in my opinion because it's not as cumbersome. I'm not having to add batteries on the back. I'm not having to deal with SDI and SDI protocol and worrying about messing that up at any given time. It leaves the SDI port free so that I can use it for things as a transmitter if I'm even using that, which for the most part I'm only using that in broadcast settings. Sometimes if I'm doing a multi-man set, then we're using a transmitter if there's a director that needs to watch the monitor, but for the most part I really enjoy this lightweight system. So let's talk about the screen quality and the camera UI. Screen quality on this PYXIS monitor is actually really great. It's really bright. It's really beautiful. When you take it out the box, it's not calibrated, so you do have to calibrate it. But if you've ever owned a Blackmagic camera, you kind of have to do that across the board. And it's very easy to do, very quick to do. It's really not a pain or troublesome setback at all, which I really enjoy. If you've ever used any Blackmagic camera, what's nice about this monitor is that you get full access to the control of the camera, and Blackmagic is very well known for their incredible UI. It has the simplest but most cohesive and straight to the point menu system, and you can control everything you need to with this camera straight from the monitor, which is really nice. So when you're operating, you don't have to worry about tilting to the side and messing with the controls on the side to be able to change whatever settings you need, which is really nice. What I really like about this monitor and it having USB-C is that I can essentially take it off the camera and just use a longer USB-C cable, which I actually ended up using this past weekend on a job to monitor the camera that was basically sitting in front of my desk. Had a bunch of other stuff. It was a quick little broadcast stream for a client that I usually do, but it was just nice to have that essential monitor just tethered in right next to me as I was working the event, and then my Red Komodo as a B cam off to the side and just monitoring that through the Red Control app, and then just still being able to have full control of the camera and the image, the white balance and everything straight from the monitor was absolutely clutch. So I also wanted to share another essential reason that I purchased this monitor, and it's actually just the customizable buttons and then just having more options to press record. It may sound simple, but honestly, the most finicky thing I find on this camera is hitting the record button on the side. And I know that may sound weird to you guys. It may just be my model. I'm not 100% sure. If you're watching this and you own a Blackmagic camera, the PYXIS specifically, please let me know when you hit the side button to hit record, does sometimes it not record? Because it does that for me and it's kind of annoying. I'll be sitting there recording a shot for about 5 to 10 seconds only to realize that I I essentially never hit record. So having just 2 more options to set record buttons, one being on the screen, which is again just very responsive and nice, and then being able to program one of the 3 function buttons on the back of the monitor as a record trigger is really, really nice. Speaking of the actual function buttons, what I do love about this as well is that you can customize them to mimic exactly what is on your Pyxis 3 main function buttons, or you can set them independently to act as even more functions, allowing you to control things such as any type of image exposure tools to just further be able to see what you need to see on your monitor. So essentially it gives you 6 customizable buttons within this camera, which is really nice. But being able to set my function 3, which is the bottom function button on this monitor, as a record button has been amazing so far. It's extremely reliable. I've never had any issues with it as of yet. And I just really enjoy it. Now there is one thing that I don't like about this monitor, and it's sort of a nitpick because there is an extremely easy solution to it, and that is when I first plugged up this monitor and was using it, it seems to be that there was a smooth motion function enabled on this monitor. So essentially when I was shooting in 23 frames a second, for some reason it looked like I was shooting like in high speed, or the motion just didn't look correct. It looked like a smooth motion TV. If you've ever seen what happens when smooth motion is on a TV, I think Tom Cruise, when the release of like Top Gun or something came out, they told people to turn motion smoothing off because that's just not the way the filmmakers intended their film to be watched. Being able to see that on a camera just didn't feel right whatsoever, and it was kind of scaring me. I thought there was just some malfunction with the camera, that I was shooting in 60 or 120 frames a second and the camera just wasn't telling me. But essentially I ended up going into the menu system and finding out that the smooth motion function is disableable. I don't know how to talk right now, but essentially I turned it off, and then everything went back to normal, being able to essentially just show me that beautiful smooth picture that I want to see while shooting 23 frames a second. Lastly, to answer questions of comparison on if you should purchase this monitor or use the 12G SDI, as I did a previous video on the Blackmagic 12G SDI, the 5-inch model, in which you can use to get ProRes out of the Pyxis. If you want that as a solution, you can go with that. But of course, you're not gonna be able to get any of that with this monitor. It's just a monitor. It does nothing else. You can't plug it up to any other device you have and monitor that device. This thing is built specifically for the Pyxis. From what I personally know, and I honestly don't know nothing, Blackmagic isn't gonna upgrade the 12G SDI to be able to control the Pyxis. Maybe if they release a new model of that monitor, it will be able to control like all their newer range of cameras, but I highly doubt it, because that just mitigates the purpose of this monitor that they created. In the future, I guess I would love to see like a 7-inch option. Like that would be pretty nice, but it's not fully necessary for me yet. I don't necessarily have a need for that, and if I truly just want a 7-inch monitor, I'll plop that on here if need be. But I really do not see myself using this camera without this monitor pretty much ever. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and just let me know below on what you want to see more of content-wise when it comes to filmmaking this camera and what I have going on my creative journey. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.